Hello and welcome to this best of three series between Czarix and Opal. Be sure to like and subscribe for more games and let's get into it. This is game 1 in Warhammer League, technically round 2, but some of the players, due to the number of players, had to play double the rounds. So basically what my thinking was, all of the people that were in the finals for the previous round, basically for from the previous tournament, that meaning Czarix and Samurai, basically got to have a free pass into not playing the most rounds when it comes to just playing the game. So for the side of Czarix, who has been waiting technically in round 2 for his first game, it's gonna be Norsca this time, and he's facing off against the Greenskins. Let's double check. So Greenskins is a classic from Opal's side, and he likes to run goblin armies, as we saw last time, right? So when it comes to the both of them, this is like a comfort faction pick for both. We got a caster with Spirit Leech and Doom and Darkness. Doom and Darkness is great into Greenskins. Spirit Leech, again, to snipe the Lord, usually a small little goblin that has low amount of HP. This is life leeching, just basically makes it so that you're quite efficient. And we actually have Wulfric on a Mammoth War Shrine. This is super cool to see. So basically how he works is, so he's just on a Mammoth, pardon. So basically how he works is he is a huge terror-causing piece that can soak up a bunch of stuff. He also has this rage ability, I mean all of the Norscans do, and he still gets the boat. So yeah, very cool to see. He is actually not on War Shrine, which is interesting. Oh, that's why. Because we have a separate War Mammoth. I actually didn't see this. We have a separate Mammoth with a War Shrine on it. So this thing basically gives out leadership, and it gives vigor replenishment as well as a physical resistance aura. In the previous patch, it was also bugged. I mean, I think it's still bugged, but they halved the ability usage. It was previously 20%. And the thing is, if you have two War Shrine Mammoths and they go into contact with each other, when they leave their aura range, like this little red thing, they basically don't lose the debuff. That was the bug, and that's why they're bugged. Like they were banned. So other than this, we just got a couple of Marauders, Marauder Bearman, and a Javelin. So he went all index into the Mammoth core, as well as a classic Dreadworm. Dreadworm, probably the greatest unit on the Norscan roster when it comes to shutting down any sort of shooting. On the side of oh my god, we actually have so much cool stuff. So on the side of the Greenskins, when it comes to Opal, we got the Night Goblin Warboss with Fermented Fungi and Spirit of the Bad Moon. Fermented Fungi can also be cast on the Worm to make it rampage, so that it can't burrow. So that is a good tech for anti-worm. A Hag with Purple Sun and Spirit Leech, again, very nice to kill the Lord. But Wulfric ain't gonna freaking die, man. He has 14,000 HP, and we actually have a big boy, a low HQ but huge big boy. Look at him, he's so good. Opal absolutely loves his giants, so he is definitely going to be going to the Bonk City on anything that comes over. Other than that, we have a classic, literally a super classic army of just goblins and mass goblins and a couple of orcs from Opal, and classic Ruglets as well. Ruglets are probably the best unit on the entire orc roster, so nothing unusual there. And yeah, Stone Dreadmaw is basically booking it for the Ruglets because the Unburrow is going to have the most value. Technically, you can kind of dodge it, but maybe not. Oh, that wasn't the best Unburrow, but not the worst one either. Let's see if, what happens over here. And you see also the Night Goblin Warboss basically booking it for him. Oh, that was a relatively good dodge. So he needs to target with the worm for the Unburrow somewhere, and kind of got dodged when it comes to that. Oh no, he burrows fast enough so that the Night Goblin Warboss actually can't get to it to just rampage him. Other than that, we see the War Mammoths basically going in for the engagement. Stone Trolls and Giant are a great combo to keep like a War Mammoth in place. So as long as that kind of happens... Oh my god, what happened to these guys? They absolutely got shreked by a boat. Man, they shatter from a boat. Was that a boat? Yeah, it was a boat. So they basically went. That was like the most perfect boat in the existence of of humankind. Oh, so this is quite unfortunate now. Currently, the Nightmaw, the Dreadmaw, basically on burrows, but both the Stone Trolls and the Giant are out of position for the Rampage to actually take effect here. So he's kind of just having free value farming with the Dreadmaw, especially now that the Night Goblin War Boss is actually getting his butt banked by the Dreadmaw in melee combat, so that's quite unfortunate. And Czarix is doing a super smart thing here. So he unburrowed the worm, come on, abilities, please work, so that he can actually recharge the ability of deep tunneling, because he knows he isn't in any position of he's basically not going to take any good amount of damage while he's in the back line, so he kind of doesn't care. He's just leaving the Dreadmaw there to recharge its ability. And yeah, it's super strong when it comes to War Mammoths. Czarix is in the background just building up and trying to harass the opponent with just going in with stuff like the War Mammoths. The Shaman little guy is trying to cast a Spirit Leech basically onto the Night Goblin War Boss, and yeah, just continuing to harass with the Dreadmaw. Yeah, look at him. He's gonna go over there, he's just gonna cast a Spirit Leech. This is kind of a small misplay, especially considering the Dreadmaw is so close here. It does reveal the Night Goblin War Boss, and if you eat like 3 more Spirit Leeches, he's gonna break, and that is gonna be a very unfortunate time for him to break. And because you technically, when you're fighting against Greenskins, you don't want to kill the Lord immediately, especially the Night Goblin guy, right? So him dying immediately is a bad thing. Oh, very nice. So he did get the fermented fungi off finally, though there still isn't too much stuff to actually kill it, right? It's gonna run out in 4 seconds. That is quite unfortunate. I think he thought, despite of the bad moon, alongside some, technically the squigs are making it harder for the orc biggins to actually connect to the Nightmaw. They aren't doing, if you compare their like weapon strength because of the bonus versus large, they would have a much easier time actually killing it. That's quite the unfortunate thing. But it also shows like how strong Dreadmaw is. And in the meanwhile, there's basically the Giant is going through, the War Mammoths are rampaging. This War Mammoth did get surrounded by a couple of the Orc Boy Biggins, but with support from Wulfric and the Shrine basically being around, say, 60 or 70% charged, yeah, 70%, they're doing fine. And Dreadmaw is back at it again, man, just disrupting the Ruggles Armored Orcs constantly. The problem with a frontline that Opal went for is basically that it's all goblins, right? So goblins don't have the best staying power in the front line. So that means that when something connects, like a Bearman or like a Berserker, if they're not supported properly, they're just going to instantly die. And with having so few mass units in the end here, Opal is kind of in a difficult situation with his units, because all of the front line loses, and you also have 2 War Mammoths basically rampaging through your entire line. So I think Czarix like very, very well predicted what Opal was going to go for here, and then just kind of mix-countered everything that was there. Oh, that is unfortunate. This is 100% a misclick. For rampaging not the War Mammoth, he rampaged the Bearman into just a bad fight. 100% wanted to try and snipe the Mammoth, especially with the Morgrubs, and or Wulfric potentially too. Man, that was quite unfortunate. If he rampaged Wulfric here, he would have gone into the Giant and also the Morgrubs Mangy Marauders, and 100% would have gotten that kill. You see basically the War Mammoth going in closer to potentially just give him the aura to survive longer. And if he, man, yeah, unfortunate turn of events. Though the Night Goblin War Boss is still alive, and very smartly, I think Dreadmaw is going to actually hunt the War Boss, which, I mean, he can't do much. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful Purple Sun. He's not going to have anything like super special to kill the War Boss, but he might just be revealed for the Spirit Leeches to actually finish him off, right? So as long as he has enough WOM, and I think he does. Where's the little Shaman guy? Come on, Shaman guy, there he is. So as long as he has enough mana for like Spirit Leeches, I think he's gonna do fine. Yeah, he actually tries to snipe the Night Goblin War Boss with the Dreadmaw. Man, like he can move just 10 paces away, and and be totally fine. And he goes, go, try to kill him, and he's potentially just gonna throw away the Dreadmaw here, which is, again, a bit of a misplay from Czarix's side, but I think he got too excited to actually kill him, and the Night Goblin Warboss actually lives in the back there, especially with casting the Spite of the Bad Moon on his own units to defend himself. And when we look at the rest of the battlefield, like, this is turning to be a pretty close game. Oh no! Oh no, he loses the giant River Troll Hag to Skinwolves. River Troll Hag is actually a big unit with 3000 mass, so Skinwolves going into it absolutely destroys the giant Troll Hag. Unfortunate in losing his caster. If he potentially had like an extra Purple Sun or a couple of more Spirit Leeches to finish off Wulfric, oof. That actually really hurts his chances in coming back to this game, because he still has the back objective, right? He's not out of the running yet. He will soon be in triple cap territory, which is unfortunate, but with your opponent pushing directly into your... Oh, very nice. The Troll Hag actually rallies. But with your opponent fully pushing into your backline, there goes another Spirit Leech. Very nice. Though, with 10%, I mean, physical resist doesn't affect it. He will need, unfortunately, another Spirit Leech with 600 left on Wulfric. He's not even gonna break. What a Chad, man. Enemy routing, rage, basically keeping him alive. What a Giga Chad. If he charges this unit too, that's also gonna be gonna boost his leadership. Unfortunate that if he just has another Spirit Leech, he will break here because of the charge from the Spirits potentially. Or no? Man, what is he doing? He's charging? Charging, plus 15. Go into those goblins. They got nothing on you. Especially with support from the Norscan Ice Wolves. This point is now going to flip, because these guys are going to shit themselves from the contact damage and the double charges. And Wulfric actually saves his own ass with a charge there. Damn, very cool to see. If he captures this objective, this game is like 99% over, because there just won't be enough time for Opal to come in and actually get the points. Yeah, he flips the point, and he's now just spamming in mobility, which he has way superior mobility with a combination of the Skin Wolves as well as the Norscan Ice Wolves. And in the back, very smart play, he also summons in a Berserker and an Ice Troll to go to the back objective. So even when, let's say, Opal gets to the middle objective because he thinks he's safe, there's going to be two units that are invisible that are going to come out of the forest and basically protect the back objective to him. So quite unfortunate. This is also a good play from Opal though. Like, he sent this stalk unit, the Warlord's Boys, the Night Goblins, basically to the back objective to potentially start the cap, but unfortunately it's just not enough because the Norscan Ice Wolves are taking it. And at some point, I think also either Wulfric shattered or died. I assume it was to another Spirit Leech, so yeah, that kind of makes sense. Finally, at least he died. But I think it's kind of too late, because even if these two objectives flip, and he's very, very likely to just recapture this one, even if this one flips, he's not going to be able to flip the back one, right? Because extra Berserker, that's 5 capture weight, almost full Norscan Ice Wolf, basically full Skin Wolf, and also War Mammoth War Shrine on the back objective. They're not gonna they're not gonna break any type of leadership on them. Plus, he just has too much, and he's actually sending the Norscan Ice Troll to the back objective, and he also saves this objective. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Opal. If this was captured, then he potentially had like 250 seconds to also do something elsewhere on the map, but with this, it's going to be impossible, basically. Especially with just having Forest Goblin Spider Riders, almost dead Troll, and some Warlord's Boys. Super, super good play also from Czarix, coming in with the Shaman Sorcerer. Like, it's one unit, but that one unit is 100% 3 capture rate that is going to stand on your objective. And if we look at the back over here, it is still not enough. Like, War Shrine still has 2.6k HP, especially with fully charged Giver of Glory this favor of the Ruinous Power. He just basically has infinite leadership here for himself, especially on a charge. It's not going to break unless like he's supercharged by some Orc Boy Biggins or something like that. So there it seems to be kind of over, and very well played to Czarix here. Even, yeah, he's just playing merry-go-round on the objective now with some mobility, right? Even if these horsemen aren't potentially good in like melee combat, let's say, against the units here, this objective is just so huge that he can just stand there with the horse masters and horsemen on the side of the objectives with just like one model, and as long as one model is on the objective, it is enough to actually capture it. So very well played. Even the middle is flipping back, and this, yeah, still not cleaned up on the back objective, though the Night Goblin Warboss didn't end up living. And very well played to the both of them. Very nice try from Opal's side too. Let's look at some value. So when it comes to Wolfric, didn't pay for himself. I don't know how much he is like with Hunter of Champions and Seafang on Mammoth. I think he is like 2 point something K, right? So he almost paid for himself. Shaman Death Sorcerer was just fine. He was there to debuff and got 700 value from just Spirit Leeches and some Chargers. Man, Marauders actually paying for themselves. But that makes sense into an army like this, right? You just have a bunch of cheap, shitty goblins and you kind of don't care about them. All of the other units basically paying for themselves. Oh, very nice value from the War Mammoth. Also, Dreadmaw kind of died, unfortunately, but was enough of a nuisance to warrant the value that it got, and its value is not even properly tracked in the tracker. So that is, yeah, definitely got its value. Though I think that Opal could have killed it, but Czarix played it super well to defend it, right? He only popped out when the giant wasn't around, and unfortunately that once around from like the Night Goblin's Quick Hoppers and a Orc Boarboy Biggin unit. Unfortunately, the Squig Hoppers were there, because if it was just the Orc Boy Biggin unit, I think it would have done more damage solo. From there, we go just and check the mobility. Mobility did fine, nothing too spectacular. Let's see how much the Giant did. Yeah, Night Goblin Warboss is a support character. Hag did a couple of good Purple Suns. Everything from the Bork Boys is fine. And then Giant didn't pay for itself, unfortunately, 700. It fought as much as it could, but I think like the Marauder Hunters probably just farmed it. Also, the Ruglets were constantly being harassed by the Dreadmaw, which is also unfortunate. Interesting that he didn't summon in the Swamp Things, because they're such a good unit. Oh my god, this must have been 2 summons, right? Or just hitting the War Mammoth or something. Very nice performance from the Bacon Cav. Morgrips basically always pay for themselves. It's almost impossible to throw them. And yeah, very well played to the both players. 1-0 for Czarix, and be sure to like and subscribe for more games, and I'll see you in game 2.